where did Fly By Midnight come from?
When I asked him to start a duo, we were so excited about the project that we wrote our first song together. We were ready to put out the song and we had no name. So it was like a grueling probably 2 weeks of like throwing names at a wall and just wanting to find one that so we could just put out our song. And we went through phases of both saying two different words at the same time and seeing if they made sense together, and we got some terribly embarrassing names that way.
Wake up, man, I hate the front door. Tell myself go out more. End up in the same bed lonely.
For the people that have been living under a rock and don't know who Fly By Midnight is, maybe give us a little introduction to both of you and then the band.
Yeah, Justin and I met in New York, started working together on, Justin's solo project. I was a producer, I was a writer, and he brought me in just to kind of work on stuff that he was doing solo. Our chemistry was, it sounds cheesy, but it was so undeniable, and that we just connected like brothers right away. And, we felt like there was something special, and Justin had this vision that there was more to just him doing a solo project, and spit the idea out to do a duo project, and we haven't looked back since. So when we moved to LA, we really started noticing that the project was really starting to take off. Had a lot of really cool small wins, and, it's been the two of us the whole time. We're very DIY, very hands-on with our stuff, and we love making music, so.
You met in 2016, started working together, and then you did the show in China on the other side of the world, same year, within 1 year.
Yeah, the funny thing about that was it was like we were hired within a group of people to play like in an ensemble. And so that wasn't even related to Fly By Midnight. It was just kind of coincidental that we started the project and we're like, oh, let's go sing in China. That'd be crazy.
But a little foreshadowing though, right?
Definitely.
Well, that was a crazy part, Slavo. I don't know if you remember, but we was at the flight there that we were editing a video on the flight, and it ended up being our first video that went viral in Asia. And we were on our way to China, and we had no idea that that would be the first one that really sort of, and we speak about these tiny victories adding up to where we are now, but we have had, I could think of 30 things that happened in our career that sort of just kept adding and growing this thing. We've been dying to go to Asia and to meet these fans and to play this show, and it really was impossible, and we didn't have a promoter that was willing to take a chance on us until quite recently. And full transparency, I think we still had to prove ourselves up to the point when tickets went on sale.
So your tour is coming up, and you're going to play in Singapore January 7th at the Esplanade, and it's going to be your first Asia tour. Is it your first time in Asia?
Slavo and I traveled to China. What year was that, bud?
Probably 2017, 2016, something like that. For
a very random show, and we were sort of just starting off with the band and got this crazy opportunity, and it was kind of a fever dream. And since then, we've been dying to go back. We've never been to Singapore, and before we had fans in America, we had fans in Singapore. So it's very full circle, I think, for us.
Are there specific places that you're really excited to go to?
Singapore, I'm stoked about. I've heard a lot of really cool things about Singapore.
Although everywhere, right? We don't want to, leave anyone out, but I'll say that I love Japanese culture. I feel like in America we're very like that is one Asian culture that just through media I feel like we've sort of fallen in love with here. Singapore, looks absolutely gorgeous, and I think the whole experience is going to be this sort of whirlwind of different culture, and we're gonna make the best out of it. Yeah.
So I have a segment on my show called Afternoon Snacks because I'm a big snack person. But in regards to Asia and food, because the food is so unique in Asia, is there anything that you want to try?
Jake Miller, he's been going back and forth to Asia recently, and what did he have over there? Is like some kind of bug or something like that?
I forget what it was.
I don't know if I'm excited about that. I just know that was more exotic than I'm used to.
I feel as though it makes me feel healthier eating food in my mind in Asian countries. Like, I'm excited to eat good food, and maybe I'm completely wrong. You could tell me if I'm completely off. But like sometimes in America, I feel like we're not eating as healthy. So the opportunity to go to another country, it just sounds healthier in practice. Am I completely off? Do you guys have like this? Is it only candy over there? Yeah.
No, but we do have a big variety of snacks, but I feel like it's the same in the US.
What's
Is there something in Singapore that you could recommend?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I would say like roti prata, which is an Indian, it's an Indian dish, but it's one of those things where Singapore is very similar to New York. Like there are a lot of places that just never close, so 24/7 you can always find something to eat, something to do. But roti prata or murtabak, these are both like Indian foods. If you go to like a Chinese restaurant, dim sum, you guys have dim sum, right? You go in the carts and everything. Maybe tell me what is up for 2024.
I guess probably more touring somewhere, maybe.
I think bigger and better is kind of the mentality. We're trying to invest more in ourselves in the project and make it more exciting for our fans in any way we can. So whatever that means, I guess we'll see.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place.